So to move from the objective awareness to subjective, but doesn't mean that we're going to discard the objective. There's a very beautiful knowing from the Kashmir Shaivism which says, when I close my eyes, I'm one with Shiva. When I open my eyes, Shiva flows through me. So that means, it doesn't mean that we're going to discard this constant struggle. What is happening is, there is a constant knowingness which is penetrating through us. And that constant knowingness is that we are never disconnected from the source. And it is every single moment is taking us back to that remembrance that we are it. And the process is to move from what we consider as suffering into a state called blossoming. If every moment is taking you closer to the source, that means, is the Kundalini going to do a waiting game for us? Are we so disconnected from the source that we are going to make it difficult for ourselves? So how are we going to calibrate this instrument? There's a very technical word. Calibration leads to celebration. And the fastest way to get this Kundalini into an ecstatic state of ascension is by calibration, which leads to celebration. The more we celebrate the journey, more we can experience the purity of love. Celebration doesn't mean night-long parties and high on MDMA, high on ecstasy drugs. It's the ability for us to not move from the intensely pleasure-driven struggle to a state of experiencing the purest essence within us, which is the Amrita Dhara inside us. The ability to access the process of sublimation of Virya Shakti, which is the male seminal flow, the Shonita Shakti, which is from the female vaginal flow. When Shonita and Shunya can merge, it becomes Sahajoli on the top. When we experience the purity of the sublimation of Rakta into Virya, 100 drops of Rakta, which is blood, which makes 1 drop of Virya, which is semen, and 100 drops of Virya makes 1 drop of Ojas. So 1 drop of Ojas. Where is that Ojas then? Ojas is the lubrication of the nadis. The more the Ojas flows, better the flow of the nadis, better the river is going to flow. And that simplest of knowing is by process of meditative awareness. So that means if the focus is right, sublimation is moving into creative. Please let us clarify this. Procreation, creation. Procreation is flowing downward, outward, and creation is flowing inward, upward. Going back to the source, which is called involution journey. Evolution, involution. So the resistance is coming from intense evolutionary pull, and the involution is the flow towards alignment and accessing the higher states. And for that to happen, the source is already so interested in us. How? It's only by alignment. The more we align ourselves, more it's going to come to us. When you say come to us, where is it going to come? It's already within us. It's going to come alive. The grace is going to come alive. So this sthiti, this state, is part of the creation called Srishti, and in the constantly there is something emerging inside us, something dying within us, dissolving within us, and that is called Samhara. So Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, 3 states of generating, operating and dissolving. Something is generating, something operating, something is dissolving, and what part of it is we are not feeling that the constantness within us is that we are disconnected, or a sense of disconnection has happened. We are not feeling it. We are not feeling our sukshmata, this supreme subtleness inside us. So this journey of Kriya is nothing but the process of moving from a gross to a sublime sukshmata into the Ati Sukshmata, Para Sukshmata into Anandamaya Avastha. This converting this body into blissful awareness. Bliss is not just feeling happy. Bliss is the amazing, supreme, constant knowingness, and it is called causeless joy. There is no way you will be happy only if Kundalini rises. So most people are depressed waiting for Kundalini to rise. I will be celebrating only if Kundalini rises. Until then I am depressed. So expecting Kundalini to give you ecstasy. What if you reverse this whole state and start to celebrate the life, because in highest state of gratitude, in highest state of acceptance, surrender. It's called the iti sarvasvam sharanagati. That means I am in this very moment, I am offering myself into surrender. Surrender does not mean inaction. Surrender does not mean I'm not going to do anything. You rise whenever you're meant to be. I'm just going to sit here and watch. It will take you eons of journey to enter into that clicking into alignment. So we're not going to wait forever for things to happen. Surrender doesn't mean you're going to sit and watch. Surrender means the action itself is offered to surrender. The action is so purified, it's nishkama karma. That means I'm offering without expectation, but the purity is so strong that every single action of breathing itself is so consumed in that deepest clarified awareness that the breath, every time we inhale, we have energizing this instrument.